What's up, guys? It is the Platinum Season 12 Draft Review. I am your host, King Rock. Joining me are Relix,
Yo, what's up?
Ari,
I'm revolting against this.
Tago,
Hello.
and Shaded.
Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier, and welcome to Five Nights at Freddy's.
Alright, so Platinum's second highest division here. Let's see what we got. First up, we have the Lake Lotads.
Love this team. That team has a lot going on there, and I liked a lot of it.
Yeah,
Yep.
this team looks really fun.
Everything.
Yep.
How has every smoking gather been able to get a backstabber with
Oh
it?
no, it hasn't, Ari. We're coming to my team soon. Don't you worry.
Okay.
I took that boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this team looks great. I agree.
You know, super just the top four, especially. I'm a big fan of.
Yeah.
Also a huge fan of Volcanion.
I
think it's
like
a great-
Volcanion too.
Okay,
It's a really good fire resist where, like, the sixes you're bringing probably wouldn't have one otherwise. I think is cool, and
It is also a great water resist because it just takes
Yeah.
water.
Yep.
yeah, just eats it.
It's a good
The
water.
rest of the team does not have a fire resist or
Mhm.
water resist otherwise. It has
Bax.
Baxcalibur.
And Bax is a
Just
good...
so you know, Tago, any resistance that you want, you have smoking gather.
Yeah, this is true. Even
Smoking is
ground.
a Pokemon resist.
I'll say this, it is actually not, because if you run into like a Primarina or an opposing Volcanion, it has a chance to get to a KO'd by a Hydro Pump, even with max speed
Wait,
FAB.
Brave, actually?
Yeah,
You can do that?
Wow.
That's crazy.
Bex
Alright, so
Hydro
one
Pump.
thing I am
Yeah.
noticing is it's quite dark weak, and the dark resists leave a lot to be desired, in my opinion.
No, I don't see the problem.
Dark resist.
Rebombi the diamond.
It is plural, Tago. It is plural.
Oh, I see
I
the Hitmontop.
feel like-
I see the Hitmontop.
On this team, I feel like they definitely have Terra points leftovers, no? Alright.
Yes,
I think
yeah,
they
for
did
sure.
because Frogduck was like me when I first did it in PDD and misunderstood the Terra point thing and thought he had to save points left over for his Terra captains. So he had to make a
yeah.
bunch of changes because he had gimped himself in the draft.
Yeah.
Sorry for the lack of clarity there.
The Terra, did
This-
they change the Terra thing, like, and we did not update it, or did they not change the?
I don't
Yeah.
think so.
No, I think these are. I don't know. I only updated transactions for my division. So
I think a good change for
Sorry,
this team would be to make
Can
Rebombi the
someone
Terra.
tell me what the name of the guys? I just
is Rabambi 8?
Yeah, Rebombi
Yes.
can Terra.
Okay, yeah, I would.
Rebombi's one of the best Terra traps. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely give Roy Bombi a way to hit like
Frogduck,
steel
right?
types. Yeah,
Even though
Frogduck.
I love Reggie Gigas, and that's my guy. You know, we all love him.
Yeah,
Oh,
Reggie
it's-
Gigas is funny.
Sadly, he's a little bit of a fraud.
A fraud implies that people ever thought Reggie Gigas was good.
Oh, I think people think that Reggie Gigas is good sometimes, and it is sometimes decent.
After 5
but
turns, it's excellent.
with so many Terra
Yeah.
points open, because I know Hitmontop doesn't
picked up
need a lot.
Hitmontop.
Yeah, the Hitmontop has both cheap points and also... Yeah, I don't think the Hitmontop really needs the Terra, because those types don't really do anything for it. I just Terra Ribombi instead. And
Yeah,
you should
I
still
agree.
be able to get
If it
decent
points
types
a
on
lot,
Reggie
yeah, I
Gigas.
agree 100%.
Yep.
Like just Terra Fire on Rebombi, and I think
Yeah.
second type whatever you want.
Quick mention to the Weather Ball Ice on Thundy Eye here.
Oh,
Always
that's
great
cool.
synergy.
Yeah, Thundy Eyes are great.
Yeah.
The Thundies are cool Pokemon.
Like, but the top five here, if we're including Volt,
Mhm.
super good. I love it. You have a couple of really strong pivots, and you have these two super strong breakers, one physical, one special. And like the three pivots all can flex. Slowking can be a really good breaker. Thundy can be a really good breaker. Sizzle can be as well.
I don't love the only having 2 rockers and them both being 2 ground type. Or you only have 1 rocker and
Yeah.
another spiker, but they're both ground types that share a lot of weaknesses. And by a lot,
Yeah.
I mean nice. But
when the ice resist is Volcanion and Sizzle, like you have one of the best
Yeah.
ice types.
I just feel like
You're kind of
Toadscroll
fine.
and Palisand are going to struggle to both come to the same game. But I think
do
alternating them
think-
is probably fine.
Yeah.
Incredibly edge Quake weak team.
Yeah.
It's total
Yeah, that's that is the biggest issue I have. Like, if you're putting another type on Hitmontop, then probably just put grass on it too,
Yeah.
or like
Just-
fog or
Just
something.
grounds in general actually are gonna be the pretty
I
big
think
problem.
you can honestly probably get rid of the Toad Scroll. You have Hitmontop for spin anyway, and Palisand's a good enough ground type.
Scissor
Yeah, I would
also
probably
has
agree.
I was
fog.
thinking the opposite because with the Edgequake weakness,
Oh,
Toad
yeah.
Scroll is an Edgequake resist, and it's a pretty bulky one at that. And I love Toad Scroll's such a weird defensive mon, but the fact that it is so fast, so it can like
You just-
threaten the stuff that it's walling, it's really cool.
Did you just call Toad Scroll bulky?
It's specially bulky. It is not
Yeah, it's
physically
especially
bulky.
bulky. It's not physically bulky at all, and that's what Edgequakers do.
If you're physical, it's like if you're physically invested defensively, it's like okay.
Yeah, the only
Yeah, it's okay.
the only special Edgequake mon really is Glamora, and Glamora sludge waves you.
Yeah, usual slug wave, but it slug waves you.
I think the individual support Pokemon are good on this team. Like I like Ribombee, Hitmontop, Toad Scroll, Palossand, but you're kind of lacking a bit of synergy here. Like some core defenses aren't only covered by Volcanion, which does struggle sometimes. No reliable recovery, weakness to rocks if you get knocked off. Like a lot of things can go wrong there.
Mhm.
But it's a good team, great offense, and I think it's easily fixable.
I
Yeah,
think, regardless, this team will try to be will at least be forced to be more offensive, and then just use Slowking as pivot. But I think that's my
I like this team.
better case scenario. But
Yeah.
All right,
Make Ribombee Terra.
all right. Next up,
Yeah, that's
Burned
enough
Tower
of that.
Bronzongs. I have no idea who this person is.
Sproku.
So
Hey.
bulky.
All right, cool.
Where's the snow on
Hey.
this team? We also have Kyurem and Thundy T.
The absolute hater energy of seeing Gloating round one into immediate pick Kyurem. I aspire to be like you, pal.
Yeah, that
I
was,
wish.
that was a fun pick. That was a
Yeah.
fun pick.
Goat.
I like Kyurem Webs a lot. I think you have a pretty underrated spinner in Bramblegast. I actually
I
don't
don't
think
think
that
it's
mon.
underrated anymore.
I think that mon is a lot better
Especially
than
with Poltergeist.
I used to give it credit for.
Mhm.
It also got Poltergeist, which
Oh.
makes it so much better than what it was in DLC one.
Oh, so it
Yeah.
was Dogwater before. Okay.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. Now it has really strong dual stabs off of a good attack stat,
Yeah,
and it's bulky enough just about with Strength Sap as well.
and
Like
very decent
cool.
speed.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right,
It's
this
a good
team
budget one, for sure.
has Sneasler with no terrain, which
It's okay.
it's fine.
it's
I,
think it's
interesting.
fine.
I like
It's a
just
bit of
having
an
a
opportunity cost.
low tier mon with terrain, just with Sneasler. I feel like is a pretty low opportunity cost thing. Cause,
Yeah, like
Hey,
but
I
Yeah,
like
I think-
Yuxi here because it sets rocks, but
Yeah.
maybe there's a world where you do DD instead.
yeah, because this team doesn't have a psychic type.
I
either.
think
Oh,
Yuxi
well, other than
cannot
Yuxi.
be in DD because of close combat. This team does not love it.
Yeah.
Your team is a bit fighting weak otherwise, yeah. Well, I mean, it's not bad. Like,
And it's not that bad. Brambleghast, Thundy, and Araquanid can do decent. And
Yeah.
Caesar's a resistance too, so it comes in if you lock into CC.
it takes one fighting move.
Yep.
Yeah, Sneasler, I feel like in this team, you're a lot of banded, a lot of scarf sets. The SD angle is probably going to be more air balloon or resist berry sets.
I don't think that's a bad thing.
Yeah, I
No,
don't think that's
Not at
terrible.
all.
Tago, any thoughts?
Mm,
Hmm.
nothing really. I would have liked to see a terrain setter. It feels like the team kind of has these big, bulky mons that sit on the field, and Yuxi's only the real pivot into the breakers, and there's not a lot of in between mons that both have good offensive pressure and are really bulky. Like you either have the Tinglu or the Yuxi, which they're not useless. They can do stuff for the Arcanine. And then you have your offensive mons. Just it feels weird, but I can't put my finger on why.
I'm assuming Arcanine lost teleport.
It did.
Okay.
It did.
Did any Pokemon keep teleport?
Deoxys.
Nice.
Alright, but yeah, I like this team. I do think Kyurem and, like, Thundy have good enough bulk that they come onto the field and they're offensively threatening. Araquanid, too.
I mean, Kyurem's hella bulky, yeah.
Alright. Next team, Tamakwa Tangalas. This is my cousin and mod C-Diggs. What do you guys
Alright, so
think?
we're not allowing you to talk, yeah. I mean, Samurai Hisui is a pretty unfair mon. The top, like, 6 here, if I'm, like, making Rotom the 6, I mean, Espeon's great as well. The top 6 here seems really good. Just this cool pivot kind of offense where you have 2 really cool bulky win cons with Annihilate and Latias. Annihilate can be a pivot as well, if it needs to be, for like a more Latios-centric win con. I think one of my things here, as far as Terra Captains go, I think Latias and Espeon play pretty similarly, so I think that overlap can maybe hurt. Especially when Espeon's your, like, big Terra Captain.
There was so many... He had, like, so many snipes that we had to, like, completely rebuild the team, and Grace was the problem. Because, like, that Latias used to be a Heatran, but then all the removal got sniped, so we kind of had to take Treads, and Treads and Heatran just did not fit together, so I went in I had him go in a different direction.
Why
Yeah,
is
no, I think
the
Treads-
Espeon...
Yeah, electric, right? You
Electric.
Also asking? Yeah, why is it not
Yeah.
fire fighting? Why is it electric?
That's a good question.
That's Espeon is rolled by every steel type ever.
Yeah, but now it resists the steel type.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think because you already have the Psychic there and they play similarly,
Yeah.
maybe this is a chance to get something like Lastria and Terror it, because that's open and available.
Yeah.
Maybe even something like, if you want to go more offensive,
Yeah,
I don't know.
the Espeon
Like
is
a
definitely a
follow-up.
little out of place here.
I don't hate it. I do agree that they play similar,
Mm.
but Espeon with Terra Fairy just does what Latias kind of would want to do, right? Where
I'm going to
it's
be
like,
honest, my plan for Latias in this team when I recommended it was it's going to be a choice mon that just healing wishes into Annihilate.
I mean, yeah, that's
I mean, that's fine, a little linear, but I think giving it the opportunity to run, you know, the sets it's
Yeah.
known for, these bulky calm mindsets,
Mhm.
and then there's another mon that's most of the time doing the same thing. There's some room to kind of change that up.
Espeon is a way better breaker than Latias
Yeah.
is. It has way more special attack, and with the offensive Terra Fire.
Yeah, I think if
I
Espeon...
I had it, and I think it's really good.
I think if we change Espeon to Terra Fire, or like... Yeah, I think that's
Fighting.
probably just...
It's
or
fire
fighting.
or fighting.
Yuck.
You could also pick a different mon that then Terra's Fairy, because you don't really want to be bringing
Wigglytuff.
the other one, Wigglytuff.
Poor
like-
Wigglytuff.
Maybe
What's the problem?
Bisharp that would Terra Fairy could be a pretty good slot
Mhm.
there.
Does not have any extra budget. He'd have to like drop Wigglytuff to 1 and maybe drop like
Oh, no.
Diplin to a 2-pointer.
Diplin is a 2-pointer, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, it is a 3-pointer.
It must
That's
be
why I was-
something That's a good
Yeah.
Terra Fairy Pokemon in Espeon's team.
That's why I was suggesting Glastrier at 6. Like, I think that's a fine fairy.
It's okay.
I actually
Okay.
kind of like Diplin on this team, which is why I recommend
I think
it.
Diplin's cool. Like, I don't think you're weak to grounds without it, but you know, against like a mold breaker ground, maybe it's a bit scary. Like against an extra drill.
I think it's a better fairy than Espeon.
Yeah, it's
Terra
it's
Fairy.
a like it's just this bulky fairy that gets to like whatever it wants.
It's like a different flavor of my old Terrappleton.
I think we are nitpicking here.
Yeah.
though.
No,
I
this
I'm
thing-
biased. I win. Bye bye.
Yeah, this team is really good. There's a Samurai. Moving on. Alright,
Yeah.
Shanghai Dragonites. I also
Ooh.
don't know who this person is.
Ooh, Sun and
You
Terrain.
don't know who Blaze Man is? What the hell? This guy stinks.
Oh, he has a different team name in this than he did in PDD.
This is the Gojing
does
Fire
indeed.
master team. This team is just fully. I support my Gojing
Oh,
Fire, and I
oh,
let
yeah.
it do what it wants to do.
Yes. Oh, this team is really fun. I even like Ivysaur.
How much special attack? Is it like 80?
Good question.
It's 80, yeah.
Yeah, that's not
It's not
terrible.
that. It's not terrible.
And you just click sleep powder.
I don't like-
You and your sleep powder, man. Stop.
I don't like Gastrodon as your water round in a
Oh yes.
sun
Oh god.
anime.
Oh god. Yes. No. Gastrodon can barely be one of your water or your ground. It cannot be both.
Hey, that's mean. It can confidently be one of them. Not both, but it can confidently be one of them. It has rocks and spikes now. I think it's fine. Shut up. You're stupid.
I think with Gorging Fire, it's decent at the water angle because Gorging Fire beats the fires.
Mhm.
And as the water, yeah,
Yeah.
like
I mean,
as the ground.
it's
for electrics,
fine. It's gonna get solar beamed. You just kinda have to accept it.
gonna get grass knotted too.
Yeah. Terrain boosted
No, it
grass
lives, it lives grass knots.
Not
Okay,
terrain.
Trailblaze.
It was already dying to these moves, so
Yeah.
who cares?
I like-
Hitmonlee's broken.
I like
because it's-
Cyclozar on this team, as I do on every team.
I mean, God bless.
I like that your big sun special breaker is Yanmega.
It's interesting. Yeah.
Actually, it's Ivysaur. Excuse me.
So yeah, this
Actually,
is
expect
weird. 'cause
Torkoal
it's-
clicking eruption.
Hell no, it's Shell Smash Torkoal clicking eruption.
I think I do like the sun for Cyclozar. Also
Yeah.
to mention, Bronzong has Weather Ball, and Enamorus likes a boosted Mystical Fire. I think Hitmonlee is great with the grassy terrain. I got SD
Yeah.
now, so if it sets up once and there's not a lot of good answers on the opposing team,
It gets knocked,
might
right?
Yes.
Hitmonlee? Yeah, it does have knock.
Yeah, Terra
I think
knock.
Hitmonlee with your Terras might struggle a bit into poisons, and like bulky flying grounds are really a problem because you chose Terra Electric. So that's an issue I could see. Yeah,
It has Earthquake for poisons at least, but yeah, no, it doesn't have a nice move.
yeah.
Yeah.
I guess some poisons that you could struggle against.
There is no Ice Kick.
No ice kick. Sad.
Yes.
It's
Make
sad.
ice kick.
What are you talking
Make
about?
ice
There
kick
is an
more
ice
like-
kick. Hitmonlee just doesn't learn it.
Yeah, he doesn't get the kick move.
Alright.
Do you guys think that Hitmonlee is the best unburden option?
After
Um,
Sneasel?
As a
I think Halucha
As-
is still better.
Yeah, Halucha and Sneasel are better, and then probably? Yeah.
I think
Yeah, you
budget
think
wise,
it's better than like
I think budget
fire.
wise,
I
it's
think-
Drifblim.
Driftplum?
I-
maybe.
I might like Grafii over it as well.
No, I don't think Grafire is as good at hitting.
On this team, you would get a ground and poison out of Grafii as well.
That's
Grafii
well, I mean, you have
specifically,
Ivysaur,
You
but-
would,
you have Ivysaur.
you
Your
would
Ivysaur
Terra
coming
the 4
every
point
game.
Grafii.
Yeah. Grafii would be cool. It would be really cool. But
It would be fine.
alright. Yeah. Really like this team. Moving on. ARB. Arizona Arbucks. I have no idea who this person is either.
Bro.
Guy doesn't know anyone. What is he doing? This is
Snake God Kuno.
Alright, Snake
I
God
believe
Kuno.
you know it.
Alright.
Fraud mod, fraud admin.
This
It's,
guy.
Doesn't know anything.
it's true.
Roaring Moon. He's a good guy.
Gengar.
Yeah, Roaring
Yeah.
Moon Gengar,
Gengar,
is
pretty good
solid.
guy.
Yep.
That's similar like Dark Ghost that I was talking about in a previous thing with Goldango, Weavile, kind of
Primarina,
crops up again.
Metagross.
Ooh, this team
Sarina.
is way too electric weak. Oh no, I don't like Sandy Shocks being your only like real electric answer.
No, Zarina is an electric answer, and Roaring Moon.
And Roaring Moon.
Are they? I guess
And
so.
Vivillon, come on now.
Thank you,
Um,
Shaded.
No
Okay.
problem, pal.
I know Moon and Serena are theoretically electric as this, but like with Prim, Talonflame, I don't know, it feels kind of weird, but maybe not.
Snorlax is a decent electric sponge for special ones. as well.
Snorlax just has the Slowking G angle where it just checks everything.
I
Yeah,
like Terra
that's cool.
Snorlax. I'm glad we allowed it, and I want to see someone do well with it.
Yeah, and I mean, Fairy Ghost seem like they would be the best types on it.
Yeah,
True.
I think it'd be an alright ground as well.
Yeah, I just like Ghost on normal types a lot.
Yeah.
You
I
know.
really like the Terras here having the optimal typings both. Like, kinda. Like, I really like that.
Yeah, Vivian is pretty good. Yeah,
Yeah.
these are two Terra captains, Mons that I probably wouldn't draft myself, but I'm really excited to see how they work.
Mhm.
Sure.
I've faced a Terra Vivillon before in EDC, and they Terra'd on my Lando Eye as I clicked Earth Power and one-shot it.
Happens. Hopefully you don't have that happen this season,
Yeah.
Kanoe.
Nope.
Alright, next up, Sandstorm Deciduous. Oh, I know who
Oh,
this
this is
person
the best team in the format.
Oh god.
Yes!
Alright.
Okay. So, who wants to talk about it? I think
Oh,
Tago should.
Yeah, I agree. Let's hear Tago's thoughts.
Oh yeah, Tago.
I think it's surprisingly well put together for what it is. I think it'll
Now, why is
have,
that surprising?
just because he's managed to make every single mon on the team immune to Sandstorm while also setting it. But I wish that he had just gone for like a couple Overcoat mons, maybe a Clefable or like another Magic Guard Pokemon to like diversify what it is.
What do you
that
mean?
he's
He has
doing
2
with it.
fairies!
Oh, true.
Yeah.
They can't come to the same, like, they can't both be fairies in the same game.
Like and
Alright.
Rock can't carry anything else other than Rock because then it's weak to Sandstorm. That's the rule.
No, Sandrush. Sandrush makes you immune to Sandstorm.
Oh, true. Never mind.
Sandrush is a blanket immunity.
I didn't even think of Sandrush like Mark. Yep, this team is fire. This is the best team.
So-
This is one team that like look at Keldeo.
Yeah, I was gonna say, all you need just Keldeo or Shifu Rapid,
Quaquavel.
Oh, Shiva Rapids worked by Houndstone, okay?
Inteleon.
Polyrath wins versus the team.
I don't know about Poliwrath.
No, I agree with Shaded. Poliwrath, I think, might 6-0 this team.
Oh, Scamp has a winning matchup into this.
So yeah, water resist wise, you've got exactly Hisui Dudra. Ice resist wise, you have exactly, and
yes.
a couple other types are a bit struggle as well.
Exactly, yes.
You have 2 steel
okay.
types, and they're somehow both ice neutral.
We need Aggron on this as the ice resist.
Yeah.
Sorry. He's double immune.
He's
Uh,
the immunist.
To be fair with this, Kiram goes insane, Bax goes insane,
Any
Weavile
fighting
goes
type that doesn't struggle with Hippo.
Now, I will say, like, you have to survive the onslaught here.
Yeah.
Like, this team isn't all just, haha, he has no resists.
Yeah.
You have to deal with, like, P-Top potentially being banded, Lando Eye with sheer force just being
Mhm.
the scariest thing ever.
Oh, well,
Extra-
on this team, is it going to be sheer force on this team?
You know, I mean, I don't know, but I feel like that's almost always better than Sand.
Sand Force boosted Weather Ball. Sand Force boosted Weather Ball.
It's Sand Force boosted Weather Ball and Sand Force boosted Earthquakes. You know, sheer force aren't do that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true. Another
I
mon
hope
that's,
he runs Sand Force on Excadrill as well.
another
and on
mon that
Hippo.
kind of 6-0s this team is Garchomp.
Why would you think that?
Because it gets liquidation.
That's
Oh, no.
like literally the same damage to Hippo as like Step Earthquake. Mega Chomp with Sand Force 6. Wait, where's the Mega Chomp on this?
It's a very
Regional
sharp.
decks, regional
Oh.
decks.
Yeah,
I think
this is also an extremely Earthquake weak team because Fluffy does not apply to Earthquake. So
Yeah.
you have
Shaded,
exactly
it's never
Lando
going to
Eye.
be fluffy. It's never. It would take Sand Chip.
That is
Yeah.
true, very true.
With this team, you just have to think that your checks to certain types
Yeah.
like are gonna get so overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Like your waters, grasses. and
I really
it's
like the
so
Ogre
sad.
Pawn on this team because the Ogre Pawn solves a lot of the issues of just it blanket checks the water types it is faster than to prevent them from winning instantly.
Yeah, because like it has really good Spadef in Sand,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
it just does a billion damage to every water type. Like pretty much nothing lives up
Mhm.
Power Whip, which is good.
I think
Yep.
my main thing I will say about this team, the main issue I have with it is this team is much more reliant on the skill level of the opponent than yourself in determining who wins the battle.
Because I do think there's a chance this team actually does quite well. Yeah.
But I think that's a lot less dependent on how it is played, and it's a lot more dependent on if the opponent brings the right tools to beat it. It's kind of like the stall team almost, in a completely bizarro way.
Yeah, but is that? Yeah. I think that's just an excellent gambit from our friend Jamboy AP here.
Yeah.
It's I also completely disagree. You just win. This team is the greatest team ever.
Thank you, Relic.
Alright,
next up, PMC, Pit Meadow Craydilia.
Private military company.
I'm going to be honest, I don't know who this is either.
Okay, this is BLB Belong.
Yes.
I will be adding them, yes.
Yes, please do. Alright.
Hold on.
Got so many new faces this season, so very exciting. I haven't gotten a chance to learn all of your names yet. So let's see, on first glance, this team has Ditto, so I'm already irritated.
At least it's not Terra.
Yeah. I don't even think Ditto is bad, I just think it's annoying in draft.
I think this team has a lot of good aspects. Like, it's got pretty... It's only got Cloud Dire as the hazard setting.
Yeah. It's got... You have new toy offense a little bit with Ogre Pond and Iron Boulder, which is really cool.
There is Hydra on the King Click style.
True.
Yeah, there's two... I think 2 Rockers is good enough, in my opinion.
Ditto can copy opposing spinners and Rockers if you need it, which is also pretty cool.
Tentacruel gets T-Spikes and Rapid Spin.
Ditto can copy Excadrill and reverse sweep the Sand team, so it's basically the best matchup into that.
Yeah.
That's kind of true. Double click Sands or Sword Stance versus it.
Yeah.
The Avila Ghost Fairy, I feel like fighting would be better than Ghost. I'm not sure if that's insane.
Ghost is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean Ghost is good. I just like stab on body press. I think the Venomoth is a very scary Terra Captain though, especially Water Fairy.
When you have so much defense already, I feel like you don't really need the extra stats to do the damage. Ghost and Fairy is probably the best.
I think Venomoth, like I think a lot of people just slap defensive typings on Pokemon that have no stats. And I don't think that is the best option for Pokemon like Venomoth.
Oh no, I disagree. I think Venomoth is insane, and you're going to yell at me for my reason why.
Yeah, hit me up. Because there's Sleep Powder, right?
Perhaps.
Yes, good reasoning.
I mean, Sleep Powder, Quiver Dance...
But if you're Sleep Powdering stuff, then why do you Terra defensively if you can't get attacked anyway, King Rock? Huh?
To live the initial hit to get off the Sleep Powder.
Okay. Yeah, I think Venomoth kind of doesn't have the bulk to rock the Water Fairy typing. It's gonna get destroyed by neutral hits anyway. Like, if you're in... Let's say you're on a ground type. Like, what are you gonna do? You don't have any Terra type to resist the Earthquake anyway. It was neutral before.
No, you just Sleep Powder.
Kill you. I mean, what if it's fast? What is with Garchomp?
It also doesn't have Roost, so if even with these defensive Terra types, you're not going to be able to Quiver Dance up and like recover to beat a Pokemon because it doesn't have Roost this gen to be able to try to do that.
I think I still think it's fun. I still think it's a fun mod. Maybe you might want to go for types that give you like extra immunities on it.
Maybe.
Like Ground?
Like Ground or Flying.
Ground or Flying on what? Sorry,
on Venomoth to like... If you, instead of having those defensive typings, if you have typings with like... If you have 2 typings that add immunities, you could really
I like Ground a lot.
Yeah, I like Ground too.
Yeah. You could really like force some 50-50s with the Quiver Dance.
Yeah. Don't get baited by Water and Fairy just being the best defensive typings. Those typings still need to be on a Pokemon that has defensive value. Okay. Yep.
Alright. And then the rest of the team, Slowbro I think is a lot worse this gen.
Yeah, it is.
But
Startles a lot. Yeah.
It's still. Did it get Scald back? It got Scald back, right?
King has it, so I think so.
It better
I
have
think the only
Slowking
thing
got
it
it
did not
back.
get back is teleport.
Slowbro has it. Yeah.
Okay.
Zapdos
Scald,
Iron
at
Boulders is
least.
cool. Iron Boulder, there's been a lot of hype for. I haven't really seen it put up much results anywhere. But maybe I'm just not
was
looking
really
hard
good
enough.
in BDS.
No, it's I don't know. I don't think it put a lot of. I think
Like,
it was
from
fine.
the review Bubba puts up.
Mhm.
Shameless plugs. Go watch Bubba.
I've used
By
it
the way.
before.
Shout
In
out.
Ubers, it felt very hard to bring.
Yeah, I think it's way worse than Ubers.
Yeah, and you had that with Coco.
That is just a pretty poor typing, is what's holding
I
Iron
think
Boulder
Iron
back.
Boulder is like a high maintenance Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like, its advantages are very obvious. It's like super fast, super
And
strong.
it has a 100%
But, like,
accurate
it's
rock
typing.
move.
Yeah,
Yeah, but its typing is like not great. So like you
Yeah.
just
it's
have to
terrible.
build super hard with
Yeah.
it.
Like, how do you
Because I
get
think
any
it's
chances to
more-
SD up with Dark Psychic? With Rock Psychic?
I think it's easier in Natex to use because you have so many more like utility pieces to draft around it.
Mhm.
But I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
a very high maintenance Pokemon.
Alright.
I think Slowbro is underrated though. Like losing Teleport, yes, but I think Slowbro has angles where it's one of the best Iron Defense Body Press users.
Can also do
Um,
Assault Vest pretty well now.
You can also do Assault Vest. I think Slowbro is underrated and it can
Yeah.
definitely work, but yeah.
It's not bad.
Wait.
I do still think it's a bit on the pricey side for what it does do, though.
Alright.
Maybe.
Moving on to film. The Empoleon Emperors. What do we
Wait,
have
you already
You
here?
knew who
covered
this
that.
was? Oh my goodness, you knew who this was? Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't
Well,
even.
yeah, 'cause
I
I
didn't
put the
even
name
look at the
in now.
name. I didn't even
Yes,
look at
the
the name.
name.
I knew who this one was. All
I
right.
did it.
So we have Great Tusk and Empoleon, Hydrapple,
Nice.
which seems like a very film pick. Iron Thorns, which has the only Terra type it needs in Bug. Weezing is fine. Meloetta is cool. Low Kicks is cool. The Clawitzer. I don't know about Terra Fairy on Clawitzer.
I think this team is a bit too physically leaning.
Mm-hmm. Well, you have
I think
Clawitzer and
You
Hydrapple.
can drop
Yeah.
And
You
Meloetta.
do have.
drop Fairy.
Is that an argument
Dark?
for being specially leaning? Having Clawitzer and Hydrapple?
Clawitzer is a strong ass.
It's
I
strong, but it's
Clawitzer
so
can drop
slow.
Fairy for Dark.
Mhm.
And, like you can
You get
improve
the dark
Terra
Mega
on
Launcher
Iron
Dark Balls. Wait, is Terra Blast? That's not boosted by Mega Launcher, right?
No.
That'd be so cool
No.
if it was.
I think I checked it and then decided not to pick Cloudster, but
Mhm.
I'll check
I
it again.
think-
That's all the Mega Launcher. Yeah.
I think Iron Thorns should have Electric as its main, as its
That
stab as
I
well.
was about to say that. I was about to say that actually.
Because then you have the power boost relative to Thunder Punch, whereas it has already really strong rock moves to be able to click.
Yeah. Because
And
if
you
you're
don't have to
running
risk.
rock moves on it, you're probably running Terra Bug because you want to run Rock Blast, and at that point you're probably doing like loaded dice Rock Blast Pin Missile DD.
Mhm.
Let's see. Hazard.
Just the more reliable move and stronger move in Terra Blast versus Wild Charge and Supercell Slam, I think, is the big one. You really don't want to be running Supercell Slam. That move sucks.
Yep.
I've ran Supercell Slam to 2 playoff games in a row.
Well,
Yeah,
It seems
that's-
sounds
that's
like
fake.
fine. Like as far as electric physical moves go, that's peak.
Tago Shaded has been like roasting me every time I bemoan that, oh my god, I have to run Supercell Slam on Iron Thorns, and he's like, so?
Yeah, it's fine. I don't know why it's so like. Yes, it gets blocked by ground moves, but like you know a ground type's gonna come in versus you most of the time. Like it's
Yeah.
kind of hard to do, I would say. Like on something like Electivire, it's a little harder,
Mhm.
but
no, but
Yeah.
you're forced to predict. Like if your opponent switches into their ground type on your electric or rock move, depending on what you're clicking, like
Mhm.
it's an easy scout for them if they're trying to get you to click it.
The one
I
thing
think
I will
that's
say
what
about
they
Iron
have.
Thorns, though, is you really risk that being another DD.
yeah, like you DD when it comes in, and you go to like your ground, and then it terror bugs you DD again, you're +2. Now you can click your pin missile at them and they die.
Mhm.
And you went.
Fair enough.
That's how it usually goes. I mean, that monster. I don't know if I call it the most independently powerful Terror Captain, but it's up there.
I don't
know?
think it is. I think it's very good though.
Yeah, it's up there.
There's also another problem with this team. This team is way too slow. This team is like it's Cinder Ace, and then you have Frostless as your only bridge. And Frostless is probably not coming a lot of times. It's not really a threat either.
Yeah, and Frostless
And then you
after
have
that, you're
low
going down
kicks.
to low kicks.
And then it's low kicks. Yeah.
And Tusk, and Tusk is
Yes,
fine
Mellow
because it
has
can
the-
speed
then
boost, but
And then
Sorry, yeah,
base
Mellow
60s
is-
and below.
yeah, it's a little.
This
Mhm.
team is really slow.
Yeah, because you kind of have to scarf low kicks a lot, and then obviously you have the best removal in the game. Like you can clear it for low kicks if you want to run it a lot, but at the same time, it's
I think
You know.
Weaving Galar is probably also the second best defogger after Korf, right? Or Mandibus, I guess, and then Weaving Galar?
there's a
Yeah,
couple.
probably.
It's up there.
Wyvern and
It's up
Talon
there.
Flame.
I don't think
Yeah,
those
it's
are-
up. It's up in that tier of
Yeah.
super good defoggers. Has a lot of
It's a good defogger.
good
Yeah,
utility.
good removal for Cinder Ice and low kicks, which I like, definitely.
I think Conk is actually the best defogger.
Alright.
Actually, think
Next
about drafting
up.
Conk.
Canadian Cryogonals. This is Godkip. I knew
Wait a
who that
second.
was. Also
Godkip.
without thing.
Godkip asked us to tag them when it's ready.
Alright, tag.
So do that, Ari.
Where are the
Just-
Terra
just wait,
Captains
like,
on Nelson?
On whose
There
team?
was Thorns and Clawitzer.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were good Terror Caps.
I agree. Okay. Rain.
I think we can start there here.
Alright.
Or
So,
if they're saying they might not be able to make it.
this is a rain team.
Yep.
You have the Terra Kilovatral.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's the Terror types it should be.
Yep.
Oh, I like ice on it occasionally.
I think in Rain it changes to Water Camera,
Yeah.
actually.
If you run a weather water ball, yeah.
Yeah.
I think even without it, water is the best.
Mhm.
Because
No.
you can
Yeah,
start
if you're
writing
electric.
everything else.
No, you're electric immune on a water, so you're only weak to grass, and then you're hurricaning
Yeah.
grass types. I think it is
You're
good,
hurricaning everything else, regardless. Like it's still strong.
especially on rain.
And
Yeah.
water is so much better as a type than ice.
Yeah.
No, not really. I think Ice just gives you the free move to click into dragons and grasses. Like
Uh-huh.
Hurricane is still
we
a
still
risky
have
move.
hurricane, which is free.
Hurricane
Is
in rain.
free? In
In
rain,
rain,
it's
in
free,
rain.
but outside of rain, I think Ice gives you a lot of consistency.
Well, I think it's still very close, if not perfect, very close to it.
Alright,
Uh,
now I have
well, I
a
have, like,
very
of this
important
rain.
question.
Yeah,
Why
What's the
is there
question?
Why is there an Arcanine Hisui on this team?
yeah, that was also
Because it is a pure rock type that just so happens to have stab on flablets.
Uh-huh.
hmm It also dies to any water move anyway, so it doesn't care about rain.
Fair enough. Alright, so second question, why is there a Scream Tail on this team?
I don't know.
That one's
Just
a
probably
little-
What's wrong with
Sorry.
Screamtail? That's like a bulky fairy that helps versus dragons. Isn't that a good
It is,
thing?
I think it's the only there's
A bulky
what
piece.
two rockers on this team, or does Arcanine get it?
Archaludon,
Arcanine
Donphan.
gets
Arcanine
has
gets
it,
it,
Arcanine
Arcanine
gets
sorry,
it,
that's
yeah.
Donphan gets
It's actually
there's four
four.
rockers.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Four
Stream
rockers,
Tail I
two
guess is less
spikes.
needed. Arc doesn't want to
Screamtail
run
is
rocks
also
ever,
fine.
Mhm.
but yeah, I like this. Hazards are good. Removal
I
is
think the team in general
good
is
enough.
good.
I think Screamtail is a bit too passive, and it doesn't like its Fire Step getting weakened.
Yeah.
Like you're helping opposing steals beating your fairy. Like switching in.
I think there's a lot of mons on this.
But it
This is
keeps Archaludon healthy. Like if you're
Yeah.
putting wishes up and then able to swap into Archaludon and rain, then
Yeah,
that's
that's
like
cool.
your
The Witch
main win
Pass,
con, right?
Witch Pass argument is better. Yeah, I agree.
I think with stamina, if you get like one of the wishes off, even if you're switching into like Earthquake, you could live the second one for sure.
Mhm.
Like it.
Yep, I think so
Yeah.
too.
I think Archaludon is cool. I like it.
I don't like
know.
Vasculegion female over male for 1 point more expensive. I think that's a bit of a weird.
You think it's hard to say because this team does have a lot of special breaking, like for sure.
Hmm.
I mean, I personally, I'm kind of a Barristuda purist when it comes to your Swift Swimmer of choice on Rain. I think it really is just far above the others.
I think
Obviously,
Barraskewda would be
budget
better on this team.
restrictions. Budget restrictions, maybe not, but you can drop Screamtail to something else
Yeah.
and then get Barraskewda over Bastion Legion, maybe. I
Drop
love
Arcanine or
Overquill
something else.
as a second Swift Swimmer. I've been big on that mon for a little while now.
I also like Overquill on this team a lot.
Yep.
If I had to drop a mon, I'd probably drop Arcanine History instead of.
Yeah.
No! How could I?
Donphan and
It is
Ogre
quite
Pop also
expensive
seem
what it's
weird on
doing.
Rain, but I don't hate them because they're like good Pokemon.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And like, if you're not gonna fully run hard Rain every week, you need like Pokemon that are good, just in general, which I
This
like.
is a decent rain team.
Agreed.
All right. Next up, Oni Koni Cats, Turquoise Yoshi. Oh, this team is playing the Sand Team week 1. Oh,
And there's a strong ground, a good water, and no grass.
A second
So,
strong
sorry.
ground.
There's 2. Oh my god, I didn't notice the Lando.
oh wait,
Oh, there's the Landers in the back!
Shaded,
Oh,
didn't I say I wanted the Sand Team to play Blood Moon week 1?
And Overcoat Mandibus and for
Yeah, there's a couple of week 1 matchups where I feel like we've rigged them. You know, we'll get there when we get there in. As is.
Why does it also have double steal? Does this guy just counter team the Sand guy? Like what
Yeah,
the fuck
This
is
is
this?
crazy.
This guy is
He
This
can
is
run like
crazy.
6 enemies.
this guy is full
No.
trying to win week 1. He is committed.
This
Mock-
is this is unfair, and I think I want to like get a ref in here.
Just having
So-
Mach Punch on
Okay,
Palmot
good
alone.
job.
Something I immediately notice. Why is Oratorio not the Terramon here?
Yeah.
Good
Typhlosion
question.
was worse.
Typhlosion
Almost
is-
interesting, but I think its coverage is fine enough. I don't think you need to Terra for it.
Also,
And
why are
Oratorio
both
is
Yoshi is in the
Palmot
call,
and
they can tell us
Typhlosion
division.
Terra flying when you have 2 flying types already?
3 flying.
Yeah, 3 flying types,
Oh.
of which you're bringing one of them every game and another one pretty often.
This is bird spam. This is the
This is bird spam's anti
my favorite
This
birds.
is so unfair.
Palmot and Typhlosion.
And you can have 5 flying stats here, except one of them is Bounce, 2 of them are Terra Blast, and one of them is Mandibus.
Don't hate on Mandibus.
Wait, Lando T gets bounce?
No.
Yeah,
Gets
fly
fly.
even.
Gets
Fly,
fly,
sorry.
not bounce.
They're both equally, like, moves
Cope.
of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
even
mean,
have
it's hard to
Overcoat
run it.
Mandibuzz, immune to sand.
The team is very slow. Like,
Oh.
very slow. Fastest Mon Pommo is,
Ooh.
I think,
Rough.
a problem.
Yeah, I think
This
they
team
might be
is
going
really
for the
slow.
Trick Room angle with Slowking and Ursaluna.
Yeah.
Which is
There's,
Which, by the
It
way,
exists.
there is a forbidden tech in Gen 9 to ensure that you get the essentially Trick Room teleport off, but it is very stupid. If you
You're gonna
run...
hit him with the lagging tail.
Yep. If you run Lagging Tail Slowking.
It's
but
not confirmed. You can get knocked.
Yeah, but it's funny.
It's funny, yeah.
And once you get
this is
the...
another.
Oh,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Sorry, I thought that we were done with it's funny, but in regards to the lagging tail trigger, I'm with you. It's funny. The team's only water resist is soaking, so if you're running into like Samurott Hisui, probably not gonna have a
You have
too
Terra
great of a
Grass
time.
Typhlosion.
This is playing against Mono Sand. There's no water type on that Targo. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
it has 8 other
True.
games.
yeah. This
But
team
speaking
is
of that-
saving its 5 transactions for next week. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
imagine they just drop half the team after
Yeah.
beating Sand.
Yeah.
No,
No
that would
way.
be so goaded. That would
That would be the
That would be
coolest
crazy.
move ever. Oh, man. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of resists that you're a little lacking on that might come up. Speed being a little low with a couple of okay staffers. But, like, you don't want to always staff Lando and Jirachi's...
No.
Huh?
You
Jirachi's
told me
a staff.
that I wasn't planning on dropping half my team after week 1, but now it sounds funny.
True.
True.
We're convincing people to be bad, so that's
Yes.
good. That's what we're here for.
But yeah, any closing thoughts on the Coney Cats?
Oh, I think that
I
was
like
good
Coney
episode.
Coney Island. That's a good place.
Terraria
Water-
Oricorio, consider getting a second water resist after you beat the Sand Theme week 1.
Yep.
Make sure to ping Relics when you make sure to, instead of at live battle viewer, put at Relics when you play your week 1 game. Coney Cats.
Please ping me.
Important.
Yeah.
But I won't be on your side though, so maybe don't ping me.
Yeah.
Someone to root against you.
Yeah.
Yeah. If an op in the chat makes you play better,
Yeah.
ping me.
Yeah. Get.
Get him in.
Alright, moving on. Melbourne Crocodiles. Alright.
It's Glob of Doom.
I thought that the team had no Pokemon over base 100 up until I saw the Whimsicott. I was
It's Glim of Doom, more like.
No, don't draft
Oh,
Whimsicott
that
as
is
your
an
only
Umbreon.
speed.
I thought that was a Zygarde 10% for some reason.
Huh? Umbreon?
Okay, so this team. So as far as we're concerned, this team both has no over 100 and it has a Zygarde 10.
No,
Oh,
it has
sorry,
Terra,
there's also
it
a
has
Scyther.
Terra Scyther with
There's also
rather unusual Terra selections.
Yeah,
I
grass.
think
Is-
like it's weird.
Terra
you're playing
Whimsicott is
flying
heat.
versus
Terra
everything.
Whimsicott gets my seal of approval.
Yep.
I love Whimsicott. I don't know what you
Me
all.
too.
I don't know what you.
I'm
all are
also
smoking
pretty
with.
sure I put Kingrock on the Whimsicott train, so...
No, that was Scamp.
No, I put... Okay, maybe. I did it before him, though, so...
Okay.
Kind of an imitator.
Raging
I-
Ball, fantastic one.
I
Love
drafted
that one.
Whimsicott and won a
Love Raging
championship
Ball,
with
super
it
cool.
before I met you, Relix.
King Rock,
I think
I don't know.
no more Whimsicott talk.
the
Whimsicott.
thing about Raging Bolt for me, it can beat like its checks of grounds and fairies and grasses pretty well,
Mhm.
but you kind of want to have this second mon to pair with it. And
Yeah.
I think like Corvin's good at that actually. I think
I
you
think
bring
Raging
Corvin
Ball
on all
Corviknight
these
is a
types.
really good idea, no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you can bolt on anything but grounds, and grounds just can't really deal with Corv a lot of the time.
hmm I really love
then you
these
get to U-turn
first
into
4
something
mons. I'm big on
Yeah, I
this
love
one.
the idea behind the picks.
I like this one. I like this
I don't
one. I
like
like
the
this
last
one.
one.
I
You like
basically
Mew?
like everything except
don't
for
like
Umbreon.
I also don't like Mew.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure what Mew is doing on the team.
It's
Like
I think
I like
I don't
Mew,
know,
but
'cause
I don't know what it does.
We must set
because I
up.
feel like
Is it a win con?
Yeah, it's
Is
a
it
win
like
con,
the
yeah, it's a
setup
setup
one on
super.
this? Like it
Mhm.
sets up and cleans the game? Is that the idea? I
Yep.
think
Yes,
so, right?
Murata and Gran are both available, and I feel like either or would be a nice slot in over that.
What?
I agree.
I would also maybe in the same point tier. I feel like I lean more towards Necrozma as like if you're just going for a setup mon because you don't need Mew to spite here. Like Glimmer is always setting hazards. I feel like
Yeah.
you could go Necro instead.
And then you can be even slower.
Shut up.
Yeah, get even
I think-
slower.
Meow, as he said, Meowdred is a perfect fit to both solve the speed issue and
Wait, are
How is
Meow
it
and Gren
not
available?
Then it's
Yes.
They were
What?
both available. Yeah.
Shame! Shame on
What?
this division! How the how the
As
hell?
is-
crazy.
As is Latios for the
What?
record.
What?
And
my
Evile.
Man
God,
does not
what
need
did
any
you
of these fraud
say?
mons.
Alright,
Oh my
so,
god, what did you get? Manifest
You rapid.
Rotom what? Oh
Once Spring is the
God.
only undrafted
You guys
Pokemon.
are
Ari is
shiny,
losing
no
it right
cap.
now.
yeah, okay, so a lot of
Alright.
you have some decisions to make, because I think a lot of you, I was unaware you could improve your teams so much. Alright,
Just throwing a Meow or something on it, yeah.
yeah, alright, next. Okay. Not this one, though. This team is already perfect. Alright, let's
That
actually
seems
look.
crazy good.
Yeah.
Garchomp Dodongo really cool. I like Garchomp as a Spikevicious gen.
Yeah.
Terrapodos
I love
is
that,
like
guys.
it's still a little new in everyone's head, but it's a super good spinner here. Super good setup threat. Where obviously Goldango is great at setting up, and Garchomp can do the same more offensively. But it's this third type of setup where like where Gordaniel has to run max defense, and sometimes he gets overwhelmed. Japdos just sets Calm Minds and just overwhelms others with it.
And he has a backup steel type.
Yeah, Bombardier is the backup steer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can I say something? I think
Hmm?
if like they get Clefable instead of Azumarill, and then get a water type instead of the low tier ones that are not adding that much to the team.
yeah, I don't think the last two Mons are really that additive.
I
The
think they're
last
just
two?
good though. Like the top 8 are so strong.
Yeah.
I think the last two work
Yeah.
decently as support months.
And yeah, they're fine too. Like Bombardier, Orthworm, Crogonal. They all bring
Tago, you
I-
stuck
Sanders
top
or
8
something.
like Birdier thinks he's on the team.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is a-
Bombardier
come on
has a
now.
little bit of. Like,
I meant Orthworm
But-
because Orthworm actually brings a ground immunity that's otherwise not present.
yep.
So does
Yeah.
Bombardier.
Yep.
So let's. I don't really want to talk about Bombardier, but I would say here's my one piece of wisdom with it. I played through like Scarlet Violet, had a great time. Bombardier was on my team for a while. It was so bad that I swapped it out. I never do that in single player. I swapped it out. It was that bad for me.
You benched it.
I benched it and picked up like a mouse hold.
I remember like our first Gen 9 draft, Beats first round picked Bombardier. Because
Yep.
that's what Beats does. And I remember after the season, he literally wrote that Bombardier was like the worst Pokemon he had ever tried to build around. Like, just as a
Pretty
meme.
bad.
And that it
Yeah.
wasn't even worth taking as a joke. But
It's a mon I have
Yeah.
respect for you using, but nothing but hatred within my heart.
It's also so sad. Imagine giving a Pokemon Big Packs and Kenai as their main I know it has Rocky Pallet as its own usable ability, but the other two are so bad. Give it something good. Let it like swallow a Pokemon and gets +2 stat in every +2 in every stat.
Yeah, give it give it a commander.
Give it Commander, it can swallow a Tatsugiri and get +2. Even then it would probably still suck ass.
In general, though, I think this team is sick. I disagree with going for Clefable because I think that Azumarill bringing the fire resist for Golden Go as well is really nice,
So
and like
my
the water.
entire thing, like I'd not just obviously if you swap, you need a water type as well. I was thinking like if you go from Azu, Iron Moth, Chestnut, like Clefable, Keldeo, I don't know,
I drop
Ironweave.
Iron Moth here. Iron Moth looks great.
I was I'm not saying that they should do it. I'm saying that's what I would do.
It's the
what he would
ground
do.
weakest
Like-
team ever in the first 6, and then they drafted 4 ground resists. I love this.
Where Chestnut is like, I know he's a little low. Some people don't like him. He is the ground resist.
Yes.
He's him.
Yes.
yeah, he is a good
No
ground
edge crackers ever gonna get through Chestnut. Even with Aerial Ace, they kind of struggle. Telling you.
He's him.
All
That
right.
is my Pokemon.
Correct Terra types on Jolteon as well. We kind of skimmed past that.
Mhm.
Yep. Definitely.
They're just
I think Bombardier
objectively
might be-
correct. I think you should always take those 3.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think so too. Okay.
All right, back to
Awesome
the
team.
homepage. Tago, favorite team.
Don't do it.
Well, that
It's gotta be the last one. It's gotta be the last one. It was
Alright.
just so good.
Shaded, favorite team.
Don't do it.
I really like Frogdike's team. Sloping backs.
I don't do it every time.
Rillick's
Do it.
favorite team.
Oh, I really like the Mono Sand team. I think it has some great things going there. I think it's gonna go 8-0 if I'm gonna predict the season right now.
Yeah,
Alright,
so
it's
so
one of the 9
Every
weeks.
game.
Like,
Yeah, his opponent won't show up because he can't see them in the set.
Yeah, like they're gonna go 8-0, and the last game is just gonna get forfeited. This team is unbeatable. Telling you.
All right.
Literally
you gotta name it after Dune characters.
Ari, favorite team.
person.
True.
Name
Yeah, Ari.
my Roaring Moon Gengar.
Roaring Moon Gengar. All right, I'm gonna give
Uh,
my favorite team to the Blazeman's Gouging Fire Sun team.
Yeah.
That's good too.
I think
Alright.
most of
Good
these
weather
teams are pretty
teams.
good though.
I
Alright.
like the rain team as well. I think that's his strong rain team.
Yeah, I think
I'd
there's a
move
lot of
Arcanine,
good teams in
but-
here.
Yeah. I think the quality of teams has stepped up, which is a good sign for how we made the divisions.
Alright, now let's step down. We're going to
Yeah,
add
let's
here.
go down a
Yep,
bit.
alright. I will stop
Yeah.
the recording now.